My name is Carl Anthony, and welcome to AutoSens Detroit 2022 at the Michigan Science Center. AutoSens is about bringing together the community of ADAS experts from across the globe, and one of those experts joining us today is Fed Collarte from Baraja. And Fed, thank you for your time, and thanks for joining us today.
I'm really excited to be here today.
Yeah. So how are you liking AutoSens Detroit so far? What have you been experiencing here at the event?
So, well, today's been a pretty busy day. I had a panel discussion presentation, and I've also been upstairs in the exhibition show.
Okay.
Lots of companies in the space, lots of experts, really good networking. So I'm really glad that I'm here.
Good. So as far as Baraja goes, tell us a little bit about the company. Give us an overview of the company, and then tell us about your role then too, and what you do each day.
Yeah. So. I'm the founder and CEO of Baraja. The company was started by my co-founder and now CTO in 2016.
Sure.
Now we're a truly global company. The headquarters is in Sydney, Australia, but we have offices here in Detroit.
Yes.
We've got a growing and already quite large R&D team in Palo Alto.
Okay.
And commercial offices in China, Sweden, and Germany.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Baraja is the inventor of spectrum scan LiDAR, which is a new type of LiDAR that achieves scanning in a solid state fashion by changing the color of the laser light and pairing that with prism-like optics. And why that is revolutionary is because it really removes the mechanical steering mechanism.
Yes.
When you do that, you're able to miniaturize the system.
Yes.
You're able to reduce the power consumption and the cost.
Yes.
And it's much more amenable to high volume manufacturing and high reliability required for automotive.
Right. So why is it important that you do reduce cost and reduce complexity? Why is it important for Baraja to have that objective for their customers?
That's a really good question. I guess it starts with your vision as a founder.
Sure.
Right? It really does start there. When we started the company, we were not trying to come up with just an idea and then sell the idea, or with an early prototype and then hand it over to anyone else. Our vision has been from day one to make something that can be in as many vehicles as possible, saving as many lives and making riding in autonomous mode comfortable and safe. And the only way to do that is to have, really good tech and performance, but at low cost. Otherwise, you're not going to achieve the economies of scale and the impact, right? So lowering cost is a way to maximize impact in society, in reality. Otherwise, it stays as a nice invention, but without impacting the real world. So cost is super important.
Right. So let's talk about how your LiDAR strategy is different from everybody else in the market. Because I feel like, just as you're saying, it starts with your vision as a founder. How does that vision make your technology and your solutions different? What are the advantages?
So we have a very differentiated technology.
Yeah.
The way in which we do steering is what I was alluding to, spectrum scan scanning, right? So that's very unique in the market. The second unique technology position is how we do ranging, how we measure distance. The technique we use is called RMCW, Random Modulated Continuous Wave, and it is the best technology to reject interference from sunlight and from other LiDARs. As there's more and more cars with LiDARs, there's going to be millions, and they're all going to be shooting lasers into each other.
Yeah.
You need to solve the problem of interference, and we've solved it with RMCW. And the third thing that is very unique to us is we are able to not only measure distance and deliver that information to the customer, but we are also able to measure velocity with Doppler. So we can tell you not only where things are, but how fast they're moving.
Okay, and so Doppler, why is that important for the automotive industry to have? Because when I hear Doppler, I think weather. I grew up in the Midwest, the Doppler weather reports for snow and for thunderstorms. So, but why is Doppler important for the automotive industry?
Yeah, so Doppler is a way of measuring instantaneously the velocity of an object. So what that means is that when we present a point cloud telling the car where everything around it is at, we're also going to be telling them how fast they're moving. So the car is going to instantaneously know where everything surrounding it is at and how fast they're moving. Right. When you know position and velocity, your perception task is simplified. Mm-hmm. If I know that there's a cluster of points all moving at the same velocity, at the same Doppler velocity, they're probably all part of the same object, right? They're all part of the same motorcycle or car or pedestrian.
Right.
The second reason why Doppler is quite important is when things are moving really quickly, you probably need to place more urgent attention on them, right? Rather than on slow moving things.
Yes.
And the third thing is that, for pedestrian, and when you detect the velocity of pedestrians, you might also be able to detect the intention. Mm-hmm. A change of direction that is upcoming.
Right. I want to go back to something you said, because I had not thought about this until you brought it up, that if there are many cars on the road with many LiDAR systems and how they're all crossing.
Interact, yeah.
I never thought about that before. How did you discover that? Were you just out driving one day and did that come to your mind, or how did you come up with that realization?
Well, by talking to customers.
Of course.
We were, talking to customers or in their vehicles, driving around, and we realized that was a big problem, right? So 2 or more autonomous vehicles run at each other at an intersection, and if the LiDARs they have are not equipped with interference mitigation, then they basically blind each other. The car enters what's known as a disengagement. Basically, it asks the safety human driver to take over, and the number of autonomous miles driven is a key metric of progress in self-driving. So that means every time you have one of these disengagements, it goes against your metrics of progress. So today, there's very few autonomous vehicles on the roads, but it's, I guess, manageable.
Yeah.
But when we are scaling to millions, or literally in the future, every car will have a LiDAR, then you have to solve it at a fundamental level. And that's what RMCW and spectrums can do.
Let's talk about the partnerships that you have in automotive industry. Tell us about the strategic partners that you work with and why those relationships are important.
Yeah, so last year we announced a very important strategic partnership with Veoneer, the Swedish Tier 1. We're working together in our product called Spectrum 2025. It's going to be in vehicles entering production the year 2025 and beyond.
Yes, sir.
It's tiny, it's Doppler enabled, and it has high performance, long range, really high resolution. That's the product we're working together with Veoneer for volume production in automotive. There's another quite important partnership. We announced also last year our first multi-year production deal with Hitachi Construction Machinery.
Congratulations.
They make big vehicles and trucks and for the mining industry. And from the second half of this year, whenever you buy one of these big mining vehicles, they're going to come equipped with the Baraja LiDAR from the factory.
That's fantastic. Where can our AutoSens viewers and attendees, where can they learn more about Baraja? Where can they go?
Well, I would recommend 2 places. We're pretty active on LinkedIn, and on our website we have a really fantastic newsletter called The Inner Circle. So if you subscribe, we'll be in touch.
So after we're done, I'm going to follow you on LinkedIn, and I'm going to subscribe to the Inner Circle newsletter. Fed, it was wonderful to talk to you today. Thank you so much. Thank you for your time and sharing your thought leadership. From all of us here at AutoSens, we want to wish you the best of luck going forward. Thank you again for your time.
Thank you, Carl. Thank you.
For more interviews with ADAS experts and for world-class technical training, visit our YouTube channel or our website, www.auto-sense.com. That's auto-sense.com. In Detroit, my name is Carl Anthony on behalf of AutoSens.